Hello sewing friends! Today I'd like to share 3 versions of the Orbit bag with you. I got really into making this purse back in the fall, or maybe sometime last summer, I can't really remember. I just fell in love with this little handbag when I ran across the pattern in social media, and I couldn't wait to start, so I went through my fabric stash to find pieces of material that would go well together. And my first version of the bag is this one here, and I'll talk a little bit more about it and show you the inside and kind of some different things that I did with it. And then I'll show you 2 other versions that I made. This pattern is available from Helen's Closet, and it's a very detailed pattern. There's, 28 pages of directions here. So if you have never quilted before, don't worry about it, because I never did either, and I really enjoyed making this bag. And then you could even sidestep quilting altogether if you want to, and buy some pre-quilted material, and that really cuts down on the steps. So I did not make this version with all the quilted pieces on it, but that's something that sometime down the line I just might do. And Helen makes it really easy for you because she gives you a page with all the pieces. Well, like I said, she's very detailed, and she gives you a graph here where you can label all the pieces that you cut out, and gives you all the dimensions and all of that good stuff. So I wanted to keep it simple. I didn't want to do all the piecing. And so, like I said, I went through my fabric drawers just to find material that matched, because I couldn't wait to get started on this little bag. And so I found all these different quilting cottons and batik in blues and pinks. And like I said, I had never quilted before, but I really took my time. Helen's got some videos on her Instagram account, and you can just flip way down, because they're from quite a while ago, and watch her videos. Or just search hashtag Orbit bag, and you'll come across, there may be 4 or 5 different videos that she shows. So you can visualize these very detailed directions. Did I say that? They're very detailed. And I even got kind of confused at some point, like how many different layers of fabric do I have to cut out? So I'll take you through that too. So I learned a lot of new things when I made this handbag. I learned how to quilt, and you know, granted, it's not a big bed quilt that I put hours and hours of work into, but I learned some simple techniques while doing this bag. I learned how to use hardware and sew the strap on, but you can, Helen also shows you how to just sew the strap directly into the purse if you don't want to use the hardware. I wanted to be able to adjust it, and I like the look of a little extra bling on the bag. And I don't know if I learned how to do, well, I guess I could say that I learned how to do the bias binding. I probably did that before, but I was really kind of intimidated with binding all of my seams in the purse. But it turned out really well. So the front piece, I pieced together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of fabric. I used the blue around the outside edge and the strap. I used a pink zipper. So something that you want to think about when you're sewing the zipper together is which side of the bag you're going to want to open your zipper from. I tend to wear my bag always on this side, and then, you know, I can just zip and unzip. But if you like, it's just kind of a weird thing, but when you're wearing the bag, you might find that you're always reaching for the other side because you prefer your zipper on the other side. There's a big pocket in the back, And the inside of the pocket, I used the batik. And then let me just turn the bag inside out and show you what I used on the inside. I think I had run out of fabric, and then I ran to the fabric store and found this blue batik that I lined the inside with. And there's a pocket on the inside as well. I just love this bag so much. And then, like I said, I used pink bias binding for the inside, and it really gives it such a nice finish. You can choose not to do the bias binding. You could just zigzag for a seam finish or use a serger. But I really wanted to learn some things that I didn't know when I made this bag. And what else do I want to show you about this one in particular? Oh, I do have labels, but I forgot to put my label in this one. And because it's quilted, this one, as you can see, has some good structure to it. And in a second, I'll show you with another bag just how much you can fit into this bag. So there's my very first one. Love it. Goes with a lot of different things, with the pinks and the blues and the purples. Wear it with your denim, your summer dresses. You know I like pink. You've probably seen a lot of pink from me lately. The second bag I made is this Paris bag. I think this was the second, maybe the third, I don't know. Doesn't really matter, does it? And I want to show you just how much stuff you can fit in here as well. So let me take everything out, show you the bag, and then put everything back in here. It's kind of windy out here today, but it's always windy around here. Okay, I really love this bag. I love so many things with the Paris motif, although I've never been to Paris, so I don't know why I like it so much, but I guess I've watched too many movies and read too many books where it just sounds so cool. So I found this fabric, I don't know where I found this. Maybe it was just pieces of it, and I just loved the design of it that I found maybe at Walmart or somewhere. So, oh, look how cute that is. And I centered my piece right over so I could get, you know, Paris in there and the Eiffel Tower, just in a good spot. The perfume bottle. And then the back I did as well with the patterned Paris design. And the inside, oh, the pocket, I just used a batik. I used a different fabric around the outside and the strap that looks kind of like, oh, I don't know, like a cork. It's got a little bit of a textured design to it. It just matches perfectly. And I'll show you the inside. I used black bias binding, and I did the little pocket with the bird cage and the bird and the postcard design. And this one, yes, I did have to quilt this one. The first one I quilted just each row by using the edge of the presser foot, and that's how I distanced it. And I really like the closer seams on this one because I think it gives it a little more structure, and I used pink thread, and you just kind of notice more of the quilting. And this one, I think I probably measured an inch and marked an inch to do the quilting. But anyway, I really like it. And I used brass hardware on this one. Oh, and I remembered to use my labels when I made this bag. Okay. So yeah, you can see the brass hardware. The hardest part for me was sewing all these layers of the strap together. I used my Singer patchwork sewing machine, and it's a quilting machine, so I put the walking foot on, and it was pretty easy to do all the quilting. You really have to make sure you put a lot of pins to hold the fabric together, otherwise your fabric can scoot over. But this was the hardest part, where I was really just holding my breath as I was sewing. I sewed a little square to reinforce and then back and forth because my machine did not like all those layers. I do now have a Singer heavy-duty machine, although I haven't used it yet, but if I make another one of these bags, I'll probably use that to sew the thick parts of the fabric together. Okay, did I show you the black zipper? Maybe I did. Okay, all right, let me show you what all I put in this bag, because you would not believe what you can get in this little bag. It's about 90 degrees out here today, but I had to come out here because I thought, oh, this would be such a pretty place to film. And I'm going to take you on a little walk to show you. There's a quilt out on the front of the building, because we have, you know, this quilt tour around here. It's really cool, so I'll just show you that. All right, so I was in a hurry just to throw everything in this bag today. I had everything in another purse. I'm one of those people, I like to match my purse to my outfit. And I had a friend tell me, oh, I don't like to do that because I always forget, you know, something in another purse. But I have a tip for you that I'll share as well. All right, so first of all, I don't usually carry this wallet when I carry this bag, but I didn't feel like switching it out. I usually will just throw what I need in a little zipper pouch or card wallet, but this wallet fits in here just fine. So this is, yeah, when I'm just throwing stuff in another purse, that's what I do. I have this little baggie with this scrap of fabric that I have been carrying around for months because I want to find a t-shirt or a turtleneck or long sleeve tee in this exact color of rusty brown to go with a jumper that I made in this material back in the fall. So I just know if I take this out of my purse, I'm gonna run into a t-shirt in that shade. So I keep this no matter how quick I am in throwing stuff from one purse to the other. I always throw this little baggie in here. Yeah, I'm kind of strange. So anyway, yeah, that's how it is in my life. My business card wallet, sometimes I actually have two business card wallets. I always carry a little pad of paper. I'm so old school, I know. I could take notes on my phone, but here I am, my little pad of paper in case I need to jot down a phone number, give somebody some information. A pen in the little pocket. Here I have lens wipes, the nice anti-smudge ones for the camera lens. And these are just regular lens wipes for glasses that I had. Stallmates, because sometimes you just end up in a public bathroom and there's no toilet paper, and I am prepared for that. Sometimes I carry two of these because, you know, there's someone in the next stall and you need toilet paper. You know how that goes, guys. Mints, Kleenex, and here's my reading glasses. A lot of times I'll just throw those in there, or I'll stick them in this little back pocket. Like when I go to Aldi and I don't feel like wearing my glasses, I can just get them out easily. Or I'll throw my keys in this little pocket so it's easy to get to. And my phone will also fit in here pretty easily. Look at me sweating. Here's my phone, but as you can see, that fits in there. And there's still a little bit more room. So anyway, this bag is perfect when you're out running errands. Love it. And then this, oh, I was going to show you my little secret for when you want to switch bags really fast and you don't know what you're going to need. Like maybe you're going to go to the city for the day on the train and you need to take more things with you. So I keep a little zipper pouch right on top of my dresser. And then these are the little extra things that maybe I'll need them that day, maybe I won't. But I keep them handy so that I can look in and go, oh yeah, am I gonna need that today? Possibly. So little tiny shopping bags that fold up to practically nothing. I have that one. I have the cute one from Trader Joe's because I didn't need another shopping bag, but couldn't pass it up. This is a little hand sanitizer thing that I still haven't used, but I saw it at Ulta and I just thought it was so darn cute. So I bought that. It's got the little clips, so I thought, oh yeah, for traveling that would be great. I don't know, I have this mask in here just in case. Not too long ago, there was something that still needed me to wear a mask. So just in case, sometimes you need that when you're going to a big public event. Another business card case with business cards of my art website and of my hat website. So I don't always carry all my business cards with me. This little mirror. Sometimes I'm going somewhere where I want to check my makeup, put on lipstick, whatever. I don't carry that with me a lot because it adds more weight, and sometimes I'm just doing quick errands and I don't really care, you know, how my makeup looks or if I have lipstick on or what my hair looks like. Hand cream. A purse hook, because if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm not setting my purse on the floor, and a lot of times the tables aren't cleaned off or there's not enough room on the table. So I have this little purse hook that I'll hook some of my handbags to. More lens wipes. And then if I'm going to the city, I'm taking the train or getting back late at night at the train station, that'll usually be deserted at 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I will take, this is mace, and this is a personal body alarm. I'll take a big tote bag with me. Actually, I usually take a big purse when I go to the city. So I'm prepared. You'd think I was going on a weekend vacation when I head to the city for the day. But sometimes I want to have, you know, my camera, sunscreen, a book if I'm going to be on the train for an hour and 20 minutes, music. Sometimes I'll sketch on the train, who knows? That's just the way I roll, guys. Orbit bag number 3. I used pre-quilted cotton that I bought at Joann, and this probably looks familiar because I made an everyday waistcoat in this fabric a while ago. If you've watched the Vest Obsessed video, I showed you the vest as I was making it. It wasn't quite finished yet, but anyway, this side of it has this really pretty bright floral. I love it. It's so bright and cheerful, and the pinks and the yellows. And then the inside has a really cute small daisy print. So if I wear the vest and the bag at the same time, I turn the vest into the floral side so it doesn't look, you know, too matchy-matchy. But this pre-quilted fabric, you don't have to worry about quilting it. It's already quilted. And it's thinner, and the bag is not as structured as the 2 bags that I quilted myself, but it's super cute, and I still use it a lot. Here's the inside of it. Like I said, I used the smaller daisy print, well, actually on one side of the inside, and then I used the larger floral print on the other side, and I just did the pocket in a yellow, it's like a watercolor, tie-dyed kind of fabric. And I did remember to use my label. Almost every time I make something, I forget to put my labels in, so I'm so proud of that I remembered. I used pre-made bias binding that just happened to perfectly match the pink in the fabric. And I used a bright yellow zipper, and I used the yellow fabric for the strap. I used a gold hardware for this one, D-rings, and then the slide, adjustable slide. And you can see back pocket again. And I used the daisy fabric around the outside edge of the fabric. Okay. There you have it. 3 versions of the Orbit bag. And also, I'm probably going to make more because you know how I am after seeing the vest video. I ended up making 5 everyday waistcoats, and that doesn't include the ruby vest and the handbag vest and who knows what, but okay. So I'm probably, as we get closer to the holidays, going to use this fabric to make another Orbit bag with the gold hardware. I just think this looks kind of holiday-ish. And maybe some red for the lining. But I also have these other 2 fabrics that match these stripes perfectly. So this is definitely on my list for a fall, winter, holiday handbag. Orbit bag. I've not made any other handbags. I'm stuck on this pattern. And like I said, it's the perfect size. If you're traveling, this would be so easy to pop in your suitcase, fold flat. Yeah, I just think it's adorable. And I'm not affiliated with Helen's Closet in any way, but I love this pattern. Okay, I'm gonna take you on a little tour now of Willow Haven Park. If you've not subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate that you hit the subscribe button and the like button just to let me know that you enjoyed the content today. Thank you so much for being here. Happy sewing.